Our men's Chapions Trophy in Chennai. It's India versus Pakistan, and if that's not enough on its own, vital against the Pakistani forwards, I have to pick out Mohammad Riaz, who after all his trials and tribulations has been a tower of strength, and he looks so good pushing forward. And then up front, well, it's an informed Dhanraj Pillai, who must be the player Pakistan fear the most. He looked absolutely outstanding against Australia, and a revitalised Gavin Ferreira, and he's for me the most improved player for India since the Olympics. And those are the five for me who'll decide India's fate. But watch out also for the number 14, Edward Arana, and also Raul Singh, because they'll certainly be contributing towards the game today. And coach Bhaskaran will have a real task on his hands. Now, the Pakistanis, well, I will certainly believe that Danish Khalid... Hello and welcome to the Mayor Radhakrishnan Stadium in Chennai, formerly Madras in India, for what we think will be the game of this Kuber 18th Men's Chapions Trophy. We're looking at the Indian side, getting into their pre-match huddle. They're playing Pakistan. Sitting next to me, the former coach of India and now the technical director of coaching for the Indian Hockey Federation, Cedric D'Souza. Cedric, whatever else these games are, they're passionate. How would the coach be approaching it?
Well, I think in this situation, he's got to keep the boys completely focused and try and keep them not to get too nervous about this game. It's very critical that you keep a perspective, a low profile in this stage, and when you get a chance to go all out for it. In my opinion, this game is going to be the game of the tournament, with attacking flair and open hockey the order of the day. Well, it's a known fact that there's a lot of psyche and passion when is overwhelming when these two arch rivals meet. And today is total commitment, and there'll be fire today, as both are required to win.
Well, I saw a very nice gesture there from Dhanraj Pillai, shaking hands, and that's hopefully where they are. I've just seen the last two games these sides have played together, and as Peter Elders, the Dutch umpire, the other umpire is Mr. Steve Graham from Wales. Away we go, a packed house, and I feel, Cedric, the first 15 minutes are absolutely vital.
Yes, John, it's a very good assessment, but both these teams have scored a lot of field goals in the last 4 matches. And you'll see plenty of action today. A good side for hockey, but I predict that India should win in the canter.
Well, I felt what Pakistan did against Germany that was so good was they never let the Germans settle right from the pushback at the beginning of the game. Early push forward there by Mukesh Kumar, and that will possibly be their game plan today. I think you picked up a rather surprise inclusion in the Pakistani side. Is that right?
Well, that's what the team listing has come, but it looks like they brought in Tariq Imran as a man-to-man marker on Dhanraj Pillai.
So we're underway. India are in the blue shirts with the pale blue arm bands, or sleeves I should say, and Pakistan in the green, and that is Irfan Mahood with the push-in, and there's no score. And really everybody, you can sense the tension in this game. It really is always passionate stuff. Mahood. Mahmoud Khalid. Pakistan building slowly, and that's one of the danger men, and he's through again. He's into the D. Oh, unmarked is Baba, and that's a young man to look out for. Baba Abdullah, a new player for Pakistan at number 11.
Pakistan using the width of the field very well just now, and finding Baba Abdullah free on the left flank, and again Bilal did close down the play. Otherwise there would have been an open net for him to, angle for him to hit. He closed down the angle and hit the ball out.
Rahim Khan picking up a loose hit by the Indian captain, and that could have been dangerous. Now, what can India do? They come forward through Mohammad Riaz. He too, a loose pass back to Baba Abdullah.
India has to be patient in the build-up zone, using both flanks and moving the ball around. There's no point trying to hurry the ball in the beginning, and if they keep possession and control the tempo and the fashion of play with sudden attacks, I think we've got a good game on hands,
Dhanraj Pillai. I do feel the Pakistanis will certainly be keeping an eye on him. He's got Mohammad Khalid with him at the moment. Well, he appeals, but he doesn't get the foul, and back come Pakistan.
Dhanraj's speed is going to trouble the Pakistani defense, and today Coach Bhaskaran had a word with me, and he says that they've gone back to the traditional type of 5 forwards today, and they're going to unsettle the Pakistan centre half, who is basically the main playmaker, and move the backs up to try and tackle the Pakistani forwards.
Sanjit Kumar finds Mohammad Riaz. Good run forward. Players marshalling in. Mukesh Kumar can't quite reach it. The ball runs out. No side, says umpire Peter Elders. Good afternoon if you've just joined us. Live action on ESPN. with pictures from our colleagues at Doordarshan of India versus Pakistan. India playing from right From left to right on your screen, Pakistan in the green shirts.
Well, Pakistan's tactics today will probably play possession with counters and avoid the same stereotype of hockey that they played, and with sudden bursts from front. They'll try and use more of Mohammad Usman on the right half and the supporting and the build-up zone, especially on the overlap. And as they did against Germany, they'll try and close down the Indian attack as soon as possible, not giving them much space. And, you saw the match against Germany where they were ringing the free hit and putting pressure on the defense. I think they're going to do the same thing against India.
Well, the danger man for Pakistan was right there, and he's just won the first penalty corner for Pakistan, Rahim Khan. And we're only 5 minutes into the game. Now let's have a look at it again. Umpires.
He was lucky because if he was another foot in the D, he would have given a penalty stroke. Rahul stick checked and pushed him at the same time.
Right. Rahim Khan with the push in now. Let's look what the variation is. Penalty corners have not been... Woof! Oh, a straight forward hit by Danish Kalim. Blocked by the keeper, who's lying on the ball, obstructing it. So it's number 2. Early pressure here from Pakistan. There's Danish Kalim with the hit. Straight into Bilal, who was in a good position. But the umpire are judging that the Pakistanis are obstructed. That'll come down to 2. Oof! That was interesting, only because it took one back 10 years.
Well,
that's how penalty corners used to fly.
It deflected off Sanjeev Kumar's stick and went flying over.
Very good to spot that. It was off his foot, I think, in fact.
Off the hand. Off the top of the handle of the stick.
I thought for 1 minute he'd ex the old-fashioned slice kick, so penalty corner number 3.
This is exactly what happened in the SAF games in Madras in 95 when they got in 2-3 penalty corners in the first 5 minutes. Didn't let India settle down, didn't get a goal. If India doesn't concede now, I still feel India are going to win this match.
Well, I know we agree to differ on this one. I do have to take Pakistan. I just think they were just better even than Holland. But let's follow this. Oh, no, the umpire says they're broken early. I thought Holland looked good, but never in my wildest imagination, having seen Pakistan early in the tournament, did I think they could use the performance they did yesterday. We'll see. Penalty corner number 3 still, after 7 minutes, no score. Variation, Kalim. Fiddle, Pargat Singh, Mohammad Ali with the shot. Oh! Well, that is a very, very disastrous start for India, I'm afraid. It's 1-0, and I believe it was Mohammad Ali, the scorer.
You're right, John.
That's just the start that India didn't want. Pargat comes out. He doesn't manage to... Mohammad Ali was a little fortunate there. Perhaps he gets the ball back, the clear shot, and...
the ball did deflect off Bilal's stick into the net, but good attempt by Pakistan. And India had changed the running out slightly and altered the running out to fox the Pakistan attack, but it was just a loose ball which came off Pargat and into Mohammad Ali, who fogged it.
It was Mohammad Usman who got the ball out to Mohammad Ali. So after 7 minutes here in Chennai, it's 1-0 to Pakistan. Now I remember that Pakistan stormed into a 2-0 lead in the Atlanta Six Nations tournament that we covered here on ESPN, and India came right back to make it 2-2. They must be careful. Mukesh Kumar, Dhanraj Pillai into the D. Can Kumar get the cross? No.
Whenever Dhanraj or Mukesh gets the ball in the right and centre-forward position, you can be sure Mohammad Usman will leave the wing and come into the defence quickly. When you look at it now, he has the ball is on Dhanraj, and he has come on, cut out the angle so fast. That's exactly what the tactics Pakistan will try and do. And India must try and exploit that space as Usman comes in and plays the ball behind Usman on the left.
Abi Khalid gets the ball in, and Rahim Khan, and that's absolutely right. Mohammad Ali, the number 7, and he scored after 7 minutes on my clock. Anil Aldran takes a slightly risky ball back. I'm not too happy about the way they're playing the ball out of the hits on the 16. Nearly conceded an opportunity earlier.
Well, John, what happens is that if the Pakistanis are ringing the free hit, as they call it, they're putting so much pressure on the full court press on the Indian defense, then there's no other option but to play the back ball and pull the Pakistani forwards up front and find the gaps to hit the ball through.
Irfan Mahood. Baba Abdullah back to Irfan Mahood. He's got Mukesh in attendance. Oh, he nutmegs Harpreet. Nutmeg being a soccer term for pushing the ball between the players' legs. Not sure if it's appropriate here, but it's Irfan Mahood with Pakistan leading 1-0. Pargat, that could be a dangerous deflection.
Very fortunate because The ball rose off Pargat's stick and went on to Kaman Ashraf, but it's, the umpire felt that it may have been dangerous, but otherwise it may have been a penalty corner again. India have conceded too many penalty corners in this tournament. A lot of loose balls given to the opposition.
Oh, good play by Sanjeev Kumar. What's the umpire blown for? I have an idea. Sanjeev would have preferred the advantage. Sanjeev's had a good tournament. Gavin Ferreira. In it comes. Dhanraj battling away with four Pakistani players around him. It's Usman who gets it away. But Gavin Ferreira losing to Muhammad Ali.
Dhanraj will do well to just, get his act together and concentrate on the game and forget that they're a goal down. It's important that he remains focused and keeps in line.
Noisy crowd, packed house here at the Mayor Radhakrishnan Stadium. And quite rightly so. It just seems that Hollywood stepped in and wrote the script for this tournament, because the winner of this game, there's your clock, and that is the time remaining. Because the winner of this game will go through to Sunday's final and meet Holland, and this is the very last game of the qualifying stages, so it really couldn't have been better. I'm sure that Kubair, the sponsors, will be delighted. Long ball forward, without a point for Pakistan. Maybe they're happy just to waste a little bit of time.
No, I think what India needs to do is to push some more people up front and ring that free, to not allow these kind of balls to come back. The pressure will come back into the Indian defence unnecessarily.
Signs that India are settling here. Sanjeev Kumar, Mukesh Kumar. He's got Mohammad Riaz moving up with him. He's inclined so much. Pillay, can he get the cross in? No. And still not a little breathed about seeing that. Mukesh Kumar going forward. It'll be Sanjeev with a hit. Oof, it looked like Mukesh with the reverse stick. Looked like Ali Raza's on the field. Pakistan, number 3, a new cap. Well, a little dangerously.
Yeah, well, what's happening is that India has got a lot of urgency in the attack today, as well as looks like Mukesh has come back into some sort of form, which is critical for India.
Critical moment for him to do so. Harpreet, and I think just catching Irfan Mahmood with his stick on the arm. We had that incident in the game with Holland where Mohammad Riaz spent 38 minutes on the bench because of a foul on Martin Appleby. A little bit of stick there, Cedric signalling to me. And I hope this game, well, I've never seen this game. The 2 games I've seen have always been played in the very best of spirit. I think the umpire won.
Well, the umpire has given Irfan a green card, because if you fall and you're injured, and if you're shamming, then you warrant the card. There's no question about it.
Harpreet. India trailing by 1-0. 12 minutes gone. Very bad start, but they are showing signs of settling down. If you missed our opener, just to tell you, India, they lost to Germany in their first match, 1-2. Then they beat Spain 3-0. Then they drew with the Netherlands, and then they beat Australia 3-1. There's the score, the current score here. Pakistan lost their first match 2-0 to the Netherlands. Then they beat Australia 4-2. Then they drew with Spain 2-2. And then they trounced Germany yesterday 4-2 in a super performance of power hockey. Mohamed Anis hit to Pakistan in a dangerous position. It will be Mohamed Khalid, the Pakistan Airlines player, to take it. Cracks it in, looking for Ashraf, but not finding him. Not quite sure what he's looking for, but he's I believe it was the ball. Give it back, sir. So, Pargat Singh. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Mohammad Riaz nicely comes inside. Irfan Mahmood and lays it off. Oh, this is Sanjeev. It's good play. Can he get it back? Gavin Ferreira. What's the umpire given? Well, neither side seems to like it. Must be a penalty corner, but I've a sneaking suspicion he may have given a stroke from the fuss the Pakistanis are making. No.
Well, he thought that the ball hit the body, but actually with a great diving tackle, and he may have been unsighted for that ball and due for a penalty corner. They're going to have Anil Aldrin hitting that ball today.
Well, with the push in. Oof. Now, that was unfortunate, and they get an extra penalty corner, which they will be pleased about, but perhaps a little fortunately, because they didn't take that one too well. Are you looking for the clean hit, do you think, Cedric?
Well, that's what I thought they'd do just now. Maybe I should stick to commentating.
You do both wonderfully. Difficult game for you, I appreciate. Gavin Ferreira with the push in. 1-0 to Pakistan after 7 minutes. India need a score very badly. Here comes Anil. Oh, well played! Oh, this game. What a smashing shot. And let me emphasize that this ball must hit the board. He kept it down. Well, there was a very unfortunate, I think it was Baba Abdullah who deflected the ball. Let's have another look, Cedric.
Well, again, a cruel deflection and went off Baba Abdullah's stick and then rose just over Mansoor's hand on the far side.
Yes, it was, and we'll see it better from this angle. Now, there's the push-in by Ferreira. It's well stopped by Ramandeep, and Anil Aldrin hits Baba Abdullah's stick and goes in. For one moment, I thought it was a clean hit into the back of the goal. You so rarely see nowadays. Pakistani comes straight back. Oh, what a game of hockey we have here. There's your scoreline. Some 16 minutes gone. Let's really set this game alight. Rahim Khan getting around Sanjeev, Anil Aldrin and Rahim Khan just saying good morning. Quickly played out. India now, Mukesh. Is this the renaissance of Mukesh Kumar? Oh, they're into the tee again. Oh! No, not given. For one moment I thought that was in.
Well, it hit the side netting and came off. It was a great movement, a counter-attack between both Dhanraj and Mukesh. Absolute great movement. It's fortunate to see that Mukesh has come back into his form, and Boston had the goal to start him today. He really believed in starting Mukesh.
Yes, he started a bit of runner the other day, but maybe he considered this was a bit of as Muhammad Ali pumps it in, but now the confidence going in India's defence as well. Maybe he considered this was a bit of a cauldron to pump Edward Arana into. Reasonably inexperienced. As Harpreet brings it forward, India really fired up now. Mukesh Kumar finds Dhanraj, working a little bit of magic down there against Danish Khalil.
You can look at a sellout crowd today. It's always the case when India face Pakistan, isn't it?
Riaz looking for a foot or a leg or an ankle and not finding it. You're watching this game live on ESPN. It's 1-1, 17 minutes gone. It's coming to you from Chennai, which was formerly Madras in India. Bhagat Singh, the Indian captain. Ali Raza, a little lucky to get away with that. Mohammed Usman brings it forward to Mohammed Khalid. That was an unfortunate collision there, completely accidental between Aldrin and Ashraf. In comes the cross to Muhammad Ali. End-to-end stuff. Anil Aldrin brings it away. We'll credit him with that goal from the penalty corner. It was a deflection off Baba Abdullah's stick, but still very well taken.
Yes, John. And it'll fire Anil to doing better stuff, because you can see there's a lot of urgency today, and he's taken a beautiful interception just now and bringing with confidence for that ball that he just scored.
Danish Khalil brings it away for Pakistan. Pakistan have won this Chapions Trophy 3 times. The last time being when it was played in Lahore in 1994. But the Chapions Trophy has been in existence since 1974, and it was the brainchild of the Pakistan Hockey Federation. And normally it's played every 3 years in Pakistan. Rahim Khan, Mohammed Ali, Rahim Khan. Running into Mohammed Mohamed Riaz. Kesh waiting for the ball. Played by Mohamed Riaz. Oh, and David Ferreira's away, and the crowd are on their feet. In comes the cross. Woof! So near. And well out by the Pakistani captain Mansoor Ahmed, the goalkeeper.
Well, he closed down the angle very fast by coming out. Otherwise, Dhanraj had an open. There was nobody marking Dhanraj. He was stolen behind the defence. There's nobody there.
Yes, there you
all
see
he had to
them.
do was just duck that ball, and if Mansoor hadn't come out.
Fédération Internationale of Hockey once from the abandoning of the offside game. There was a good example of it there. Ferreira.
Pakistan losing just too much possession in the last 25 and have given all the time in the world to India to settle down. And India are really fired up now.
Mukesh Kumar. This game, the pictures on this game going around the world, also going to Pakistan, so they'll have an interest. And I tipped them, but they went into an early lead, 1-0 to Muhammad Ali. India fought straight back, got a penalty corner, and Anil Aldran got a good straight hit shot, and it just deflected off Bab Abdullah's stick into the goal. And that's Danish Kaleem with a push-in. India have never won this tournament, and if they want to be in it next year, they must win it, because they don't hold an Olympic medal. They are not the reigning World Cup holders, and they won't be the host nation, which will be Australia. 1997 Chapions Trophy being held in Adelaide. And that was nearly a very good interception by Dhanraj. Now India must push up here and not allow the Pakistanis to start building up their attacks.
Yes, John, because what's happening is that I think what they're trying to do is let Khalid Mahmood come up front and steal the ball from Khalid, and then try and break the Pakistan defence.
And it's a penalty corner for dangerous play with a stick, I think. Penalty corner number 3 to India, and sticks were flying all over the place there underneath people's chins and noses. But this is just what the doctor ordered for India. Let's have another look.
Well, John, what the whole ball started with, you can look at the number 5 of Pakistan running back into his defence, and that's the cardinal rule of any defender, not to be running back into your own defence. And he lost the ball over the 50-yard line, and there was a big hole in the midfield which was exploited by India.
Right, umpire Peter Elders from the Netherlands, just calming things down a bit. There's Pargat, there's Gavin Ferreira. In it comes. It's Pargat. No, it's not. It's held by Ramandeep and deemed to have not been cleanly stopped. And Pakistan are straight back into the attack with Raim. Oh, this is dangerous now, because Raim Khan's forward. He's trying a shot, looking for the deflection, and Ashraf was there as well. And that's exactly what they did against Germany, Cedric.
Yes, John. If you look at that ball just now, it was a great ball to Kamran Ashraf, who tapped it, and Bilal brought an equally good save. Otherwise, that would have been the second goal.
Very similar goal to their first goal against Germany. I always remember our old hockey coach at school saying, "Get back quickly, get back quickly." And they were a bit slow getting back. Usman, Raim Khan, what a player. Back to Usman. Pakistan throwing players forward now. Pargat Singh. Confirmation. Oh, Dhanraj. Dhanraj going round men. He's got 3 men round him. What can he do? He's got no support. Yes, he has, sorry. And I think the umpire's given another penalty corner. Now, Mansoor, just be a little bit careful.
Well, again, Pakistan slack marking, because Dhanraj is standing free on top over the 25-yard line, and the fullback was standing about 5-7 yards behind him, but not closing him down, or not catching him man to man.
We were saying earlier that the penalty corners, which now number over 100 in this tournament, and so few have been scored from, only I think about 8, but interesting, India have come good with their penalty corners at the right time. Now this is another good opportunity. It's their 4th in this half, and I feel keep it simple. In it comes, Ferreira. Whack! Oh! Oh! Golly, the power that Dhanraj Pillay gets on those reverse stick hits.
It's well blocked by Muhammad Ali, and it rolled onto Dhanraj Pillay. But before he could take the hit, he had obstructed Irfan with his foot. So as a third man obstruction, so there's no question that the referee didn't blow properly. It was a perfect decision.
Danish Kaleem, the Pakistani customs player. So he won't let many people go past him. And now Usman comes forward for Pakistan. Looking, yes, Bhagat very nearly just deflecting that to Kamal Ashraf. Muhammad Ali will take this very quickly for Pakistan. Usman. Feel that the Pakistanis have stepped up a gear here. India better be careful. And that's foot, long corner. Players not so familiar with these two sides. India in the blue, Pakistan in the green. That's Dhanraj Pillai, 28 years old. 290 caps for his country. And I think the club side he plays for, Cedric,
is Mahindras in Bombay.
Is that one of the top sides?
Well, one of the top teams in Bombay, you know.
India really must be careful of Rahim Khan, number 15. That's him in your picture now, and really the game that he played against Germany was outstanding, reminding one of former great Indian Pakistani hockey players such as Shabaz. Shabaz is really a discovery, relatively young. He's only 25. He's only played about 30 games of hockey for his country, which is not many in terms. Now, loose ball there from Dhanraj, picked up by Mohammad Khalid. He's going through, looking for obstruction against Aldrin, and getting it.
Well, it's the second penalty corner Rahul Singh has given to Pakistan. His body block or his stick check, you know, sometimes what happens is the player just leaves the stick to put pressure on the man, and the forward hits the stick, and the umpire thinks it's the other way around and blows.
Apologise, I think I called him Emil Aldrin. There it is.
But it was a good steal by Mahmood Khalid from Dhanraj pass.
Right.
Going to Gavin.
Rahim Khan with a push-in, penalty corner number 4 for Pakistan. It's 1-1 here. Well, took the time there, and interesting corner. Mohamed Usman was the player, eventually made the shot. He's got another penalty corner.
Well, it was Pargat who obstructed that ball when Kaman was trying to put that ball in, so he earned another penalty corner.
Right, Danish Kaleem's lined up now. Is it going to be the big hit? That's him on the ball now. There's the hit. Oh, disaster for India. He had too much time.
Well, I think good thinking on Danish Kaleem's part, because what he did was he just sidestepped Sanjeev Kumar, and nobody was there to pressure him. And by the time he took the shot, it was wham, it was in the goal already.
So the plot thickens. Let's have another look. Now, look how much time he's got. First of all, he gets out of Dhanraj's way. There's no second taker on the hitter, and it's beautifully placed to Ashish Balal's left.
I think Pargat should have closed him down much faster than he did.
There's your scorer. 2-1 to Pakistan. Muhammad Ali and Kaleem, Danish Kaleem, the scorer, and Anil Aldrin off a penalty corner with a deflection for India. We reckon about 8 minutes remaining for the first half here in Chennai. Gavin Ferreira. Oh, well kept in by Mukesh Kumar. Comes inside Usman. Ferreira. Khalid takes it away for Pakistan. Well away too to Rahim Khan.
John, we were just talking about 100 penalty corners and just so few goals in this tournament. And look at this game there are 3 penalty corners. There are 5 and 3, 8 penalty corners in 2 games, 2 goals already.
Who'd be a commentator? Now it's Pakistan slowing it down with Usman. Oh, a lot of space for Rahim Khan. In fact, that was Mohammad Khalid Jr. who's come on. Number 16 in the picture. Now, Mukesh Kumar with space to come forward. Sanjeev, I beg your pardon. Mukesh there. Pakistan have brought on Mohammad Anis, that's him in your picture. Well away. There, reaching Mukesh Kumar this time. He's got Riaz outside, not Riaz, I beg your pardon. Rahul Singh. I think I see a runner on. Well, Singh.
Rahul's going to try the slice hit.
Nobody there for that one. Back come Pakistan through Mohammed Anis. Coming up for 5 minutes remaining. That's Mohammed Khalid Jr. New player. Bhagat Singh will take the hit. He doesn't. Now Singh for India. They're trailing 2-1. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Mahood. There we are. I was a minute ahead. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Can India come back and make it 2-all at half-time? That will set up a heck of a second half. That's Sanjeev Kumar finding Gavin Ferreira. Sanjeev's having a very good game. Ferreira going for the hit-in, but unfortunately too far behind. His players were up near the goal mouth. Reigning world champions, don't forget. Pakistan. 1994 when they beat Holland on penalties in the final in Sydney. Mohammed Khalid. Cross ball. Oh, well picked up by Kamran. That's Mohammed Khalid Jr. And I think, I was wrong, I thought that maybe coach Jahangir Butt was giving a breather to Rahim Khan, but he's still on. That's the Pakistani captain, Karachi.
I think Babar Abdullah is out on the bench.
India must be careful. 2-1 down. They don't want to lose another goal just before half-time. Mohammed Khalid's on the ball. Hit out to India. Now, don't rush it. Take your time. Pargat slows it down a little bit. Good thinking. Takes it short. Back to Pargat. Harpreet outside him. He uses it. There's a score line. About 4 minutes remaining. First half, that is. Oof. Pakistan's confidence up now. Mohammed Khalid, Rahim Khan, Mohammed Ali. Confirm that. And it was 7 minutes. Then it was 1-all after 15 minutes. And then after 26 minutes, it was 2-1. Usman with a hit in. Stopped by Pargat and very nearly presented to Kamran for a free hit. Penalty corner to Pakistan.
Well, if you look at what Kamran Ashraf did just now, was absolutely brilliant tactics. What he did is he waited for Pargat to halt the ball and then took the rebound off him. There was no way of him. He knew that he couldn't get the ball from Pargat, so he waited for Pargat to trap the ball. This is what the art of attacking is, and he's a classy player.
Rahim Khan. 6th penalty corner in this half. Oh, what's Khalid doing? Taking his time. Away come India with a ball the umpire certainly won't like. Substitution. Back comes Baba Abdullah. New player for Pakistan. Mohammed Khalid. There we are. Just almost 3 minutes remaining. It's 2-1 to Pakistan. With a hit. Period of pressure here. Very dangerous for India.
India shouldn't concede a goal now because it'll be difficult for them to get back 2 in the second half, against a team which is attacking so much.
Oh, well saved by Bilal. He couldn't have seen that too well. He had a forest of players in front of him. I think it was Usman or Khalid who got the shot in, and that was an excellent reflex save. Oh, dangerous. Yeah, Fan Mahood gets it back in. Oh, and Ashraf's there. Another penalty corner, number 7. Gentleman on my right shaking his head, looking worried. Former coach of India, Cedric D'Souza. That's Aldrin on your left, Bilal in the middle, and Ramandeep on the right. Rahim Khan's getting a lot of short corner practice today.
What Bilal did just now was what Khalid, the ball was played for Khalid in space, and he took a first-time hit, which Bilal, saved again beautifully. And so many people in front of him, he must have seen the ball in the last second. A great reaction save.
Rahim Khan with the push in for Pakistan. Ali Raza stay out, Usman stay out. No, they take their time, they lose it, and Pargat will bring it back out for India. Now, we want to see some more of this India pressure on the Pakistani defence, but the umpire's unhappy about something. He's reaching into his holster. He's quick on the draw. What's he got in his hand? a green card. I don't think it was given to Ryan Khan. It was given to the other player.
I thought it was given to Usman also.
Yes, I'm not sure they both got it. The director's focusing on Ryan Khan, but I think it was the player who came up alongside him, Usman. Whatever, it's 2-1, and Bhagat Singh will take this hit out with about 60 seconds remaining.
It was given to whoever the Pakistan player was, in my opinion, was Usman, basically because every as soon as the penalty corner was played in, and you know, it was a foul for India, and Pakistan created the foul. He should have left the ball immediately, but he held back and didn't allow India to have a quick counter. That's probably that warrants a card. There's no
confirmation. It was Mohamed Usman, the number 4, who got the card. Frustration for both forwards there. Just a little earlier, saw Gavin Ferreira annoyed that Ral Singh missed him, and there Ashraf also missed, upset that he was missed. Now, can India get something going here? And Riaz. No, just signs that they're losing their way a bit. So coach Sudavan Bhaskaran will get his boys together at half-time. Cedric, we're coming up to half-time. We'll have chance to chat about it, so we won't ask you for your summary now. But your overall, just a quick overall overview of the half.
Well, India's giving away too many penalty corners in this match. Again, they've already given away 6 penalty corners, and they're just playing the ball onto the man instead of playing into spaces at this stage, especially when you've got speedy forwards like Dhanraj and Mukesh in the forward line. And hopefully they should be a little more patient in their build-up. For Pakistan, I think they got to use Rahim more. Rahim is not in the game at all in this. He hasn't had the kind of brilliance that he's capable of, but he's not playing at all.
Ral Singh combining with Mukesh Kumar down the right, but in fact, if anything, India have looked more impressive down the left side with Sanjeev coming forward with Ferreira. This is Baba Abdullah. Has got Khalid Jr. now going through, and he was looking for Ashraf. I thought that clipped Ashraf's heels, but Ramandeep brings it away for India. That's a good ball because it's released the player early. Ferreira, can he find Mukesh, who's moving into a central position here? Or can Dhanraj get his way through? Well, he's tripped over a stick. Nice to see some sunshine here in Chennai after a week of rain. Good position for India. Seconds remaining in this half. We're in injury time. Wasted. Marginally, I would have to say, I think Pakistan deserved to be 2-1 in the lead, but only marginally. India have had their moments, but Pakistan have also had 7 penalty corners to India's 1. The umpire, I think, is stopping the clock here, and he's going to call the Pakistani player over. Is he? Certainly stop the clock. I saw him signal to the timekeeper, and he's going to book somebody. Right. Now.
Well, what I think Riaz is going to do is going to hit the ball in the space created between for Dhanraj, exactly what happened just now.
Penalty corner, right on the stroke of half-time. In fact, into injury time, really. Now, India must get a shift on here. Gavin Ferreira takes it quickly, but unfortunately, far too wise. Irfan Mahmood was standing just outside the line, knowing full well what he was doing. And there is the hooter. So that little bit of craftiness there by Irfan Mahmood, and Dhanraj Pillai is just appealing. There's the long and the short of it there. And that's rather unfortunate. So the half-time score 2-1.
What if you look at that penalty corner just now, and if you look at the replay, Dhanraj is calling for a timeout, but basically the entire Indian team was very on top of the circle. They were still discussing a penalty corner, but Gavin ready to push that ball. If the team is not ready, how do you give a timeout?
Words now. We're going to take our break now, and we'll be right back for analysis of the first half with Cedric D'Souza. Do join us.
Nayan Mongia, ace key.
But basically what they're going to do in the second half, Cedric, because they're trailing 2-1, and they can't draw. We should make this clear in case any of our viewers are confused. The situation is that Germany beat Spain this afternoon, so Germany now have 9 points. Pakistan and India have got 7 points each, so a draw is no good to anyone. One side must win. Do you think they'll fling everything forward in this half?
Yes, John. There's no doubt in anybody's mind that India are going to come firing all cylinders. I would hope that they come a little patient in their build-up zone, using both flanks and moving the ball around. And if they can fire more balls into the defense, especially as the Pak defense is allowing space, they can capitalize on some chances. Whenever the ball is, we are playing on the right-hand side, when India is attacking on the right-hand side, Mohammad Usman leaves his winger and comes towards the center. You can exploit that space behind Usman. And if they can close down the Pakistan players faster, well, we got a good game in our hands.
Two number 9s in your picture, Kamran Ashraf with the pushback, and Dhanraj Pillay will be looking for some magic for him in the second half. Umpire Steve Graham of Wales gets the second half underway, or other umpire Mr. Peter Elders from Holland. And straight away the ball goes back to Pargat Singh. You've just joined us. This is a live game. It is match number 15 in the preliminary stages of the 1996 Kubair 18th Men's Champion Hockey Tournament. And the winner of this game will go through to the final on Sunday. And you can see that final live on ESPN. And they will meet Holland, who had a very good tournament. At the moment, it's Pakistan 2, India 1.
Well, Pakistan needs to use more of Mohammad Rahim and Usman. There's a lot. I mean, Rahim Khan and Mohammad Usman. A lot of talent in those two players, and they're not using them to the full. And giving too much space, especially on a one-to-one situation. Especially when Dhanraj has the ball on top. There's too much space for him. You got to close down that space. And if they can release quicker to Kamran and to Rahim, they'll probably create more chances.
Play there by Mohammad Riaz, finds Mukesh Kumar. India coming out very positively in the second half, as they must do, and they get a penalty corner early on. That's good stuff.
Well, any ball that is deliberately tapped out of your own out to your back line is definitely a penalty corner, and they shouldn't be disputing that because it was a clean penalty corner.
The ball having a wash. Now, what's the purpose of that, Cedric?
Well, sometimes what happens if the ground dries up in that situation, when the pusher pushes that ball, it tends to bob up, and you want a flat push all the way.
Right, Dilip Turkey's come on for India in place of Anil Aldrin, so we can look for him. Right, off. And that was a good block by Baba Abdullah. Fortunately, that time, he didn't deflect it. Danish Khalim coming back in. There's the push by Ferreira. Lucky again, Abdullah deflected it, they nearly deflected it straight to Dhanraj Pillay. Back come Pakistan through Khalid, beg your pardon, through Rahim Khan. Baba Abdullah with a shot, one into the other, taken out by Anil Aldrin, Oh, fatal. A disastrous start to the second half for India, and yet another very clever diverted ball, not really a deflected ball. The cross from Baba Abdullah, and Kamran Ashraf with all the time in the world to do very similar goal to the one he got against Germany as well, and it's 3-1 to Pakistan.
Well, the whole goal started because of that long corner which came up, and the ball was played back to the left half position, who finds Baba Abdullah again. And Baba Abdullah's clinical cross was exactly on the reverse side of both defenders, that is Pargat and Anil Aldrin, and flew straight into Kamran Ashraf's stick, who deflected the ball in the net. I mean, great game, great goal.
Great goal, let's give credit. In fact, 3 very good goals as Dilip Turkey comes back on the pitch. And now we can expect to see Pakistan slow it down a little. They have a cushion of 2 goals. And as we said, it means that really, in order to go to Sunday's final, India have now got to score 3 goals to win this game. Well, stranger things have happened, but Pakistan's experienced players, and they will definitely slow this game down and shut up shop now. And they may even look for a 4th. That would really put it outside India's grasp.
If Pakistan tries to play a defense-oriented game, India will walk all over them. But Pakistan's fearless attack, and they have to continue the same vein.
Well, Mohamed Ali's got ideas. Score of their first goal. Nice play. An impressive young man this is. He's just come into this squad. He was from Faisalabad, and penalty corner to Pakistan. Played for his country on many occasions, but I think Amatan Singh was not in their Olympic squad. Rahim Khan with a push in. Pakistan now leading 3-1. Oh, so near yet so far. And India are living dangerously, and I think Ashraf got hit.
Well, again, it was the exact same repeat of the penalty corner which he scored in this, Danish Kaleem scored when he sidetracked Sanjeev Kumar. This is exactly what he did to Dhanraj, and he took a blinder which deflected off, I think, the goalkeeper. No, deflected off Ramandeep's stick and flew straight into the face of Kamran Ashraf.
For those of you not familiar with hockey, this ball is exactly like a cricket ball, almost identical in size and weight, and it's extremely hard, and that hurt.
It's good to see that India has learned from that penalty corner because they've moved up front. The last time he scored that goal, there was enough space, and Paragat and Anil didn't close him down, and this time Ramandeep did close him down.
Right, the second penalty corner of this half to the Pakistanis. They're 9th in the game so far, and it has to be said that they're in the driving seat at the moment. Played some excellent hockey. Rahim Khan. Muhammad Ali setting it up. Oh, that was a good move too. I think it was Ali Raza who came in late. Cedric. Khan.
You've got to see Kamran Ashraf poaching near the goal. That's where the ball had come flat. He would have probably got a stick to it.
Long corner to Pakistan. Sustained pressure some 7 minutes into the second half. They take it quickly. Muhammad Ali has it. Ramandeep's on him. Nice play. A little lucky there because it clipped Ramandeep's foot, I think. The umpire just missed that. Gavin Ferreira's back in defence. As we look at the score. 3 lovely goals for Pakistan. Now, can Mukesh bring it away from Rahim Khan? He can. He goes inside Irfan Mahmood. He's got Mohammad Khalid on him, but he's away from him too. Who's he releasing here? It's Dhanraj. This must score! Surely! Oh!
There's a real brilliant counter-attack between Dhanraj and Mukesh. And Mukesh really stole that ball from Rahim Khan in this 25-yard line and carried the ball, cutting Khalid and playing the ball to Dhanraj, who played a brilliant 1-2 to him. And Dhanraj actually had a could have easily finished it with any angle he wanted to do that. And
just think as the ball, just before it got to him, took a very slight error, didn't he? Just got the angle wrong. Well, Pakistan breathe easier. Mohammad Riaz loses out to Danish Kaleem, scorer of Pakistan's second goal from a penalty corner. This is Mohammad Anis, and that is Paragat Singh. And back come India. Mukesh. Now Mukesh has moved to a more central role, Cedric. Ral Singh, unfortunately.
What Mukesh is doing is he's moving in and pulling the half with him and creating space for the overlapping right half or the right in.
Lifted ball, hit out to Pakistan. First goal was a field goal, the second one a penalty corner, and the third one delightfully taken chance by Kamran, and the Indian goal was also a penalty corner. But back come India. Now can Sanjeev, who's got Usman, I think it was holding his shirt there. Gavin Ferreira puts the cross in for India. Nobody there, too far back again. We've seen that several times in this game, that the pass has come in too far to the back of the D.
Well, Pakistan is losing too much possession in their own 25-yard line, losing unnecessarily and giving India the upper hand. Well, India should exploit those chances.
That was a good interception by India. Dhanraj, he's got Gavin Ferreira outside him. He gets the hit just outside the circle of Usman, and he gets a penalty corner, much to Irfan Mahmood's amazement.
Well, it's not. It's a fair penalty corner, because what Usman did was, after the whistle when he cleared the ball, and that's a deliberate penalty corner.
Penalty corner number 7 to India, and Pakistan have had 9. Now, they wasted an opportunity at the end of the first half. They stood around chatting at the top of the D, and Irfan Mahmood wandered out from the line just to make sure. Off went the hooter, an opportunity missed. They really must now take these chances. They're trailing 3-1.
I think we're going to see a variation now I feel the ball played back to the pusher.
Umpire Murray Graham has just dished out a card there. Try and pick that up for you in a second. Paragat's there, which suggests it might be a hit in, but it could be the double bluff. Ferreira. Paragat. Oh, Gavin Ferreira came in on the post, very like he did yesterday. It's still there. Mohamed Riaz too slow.
Well, read that penalty corner, John, because it's exactly what Parkadi played the ball back to the pusher.
This is how Gavin Ferreira scored against Holland in the final stages, though he did get a lucky deflection of Sander van Heeswijk. Harpreet takes his time, and yes, I think he was looking for it. I wonder whether it wasn't also looking a slight shot there. Anyway, forward come India. Harpreet, they're blocked just outside the D. Good position for them. Mukesh was to take it, but leaves it for Mohamed Riaz.
Well, we've come to a situation now where again India's got ascendancy in the last 5 minutes, and they have to capitalize on that kind of ascendancy.
Ramandeep. Riaz, in comes the shot, looking for the deflection. That hurt too. And went straight onto the leg of the Pakistani player. Apologise, we have a slight problem with our picture on the satellite. Pakistan in the green shirts. The scoreline is 3-1 to Pakistan, and India have a mountain to climb.
A very nasty blow. I think it hit him on the head, if I'm not mistaken, John. Yes, I think somewhere on the face.
Well, India really have to commit themselves now to this one. It'll be a really tough. It's just under half an hour remaining. And let's have a look at the incident. There was a scoop up.
The deflection from Rahul, a clean hit from Riaz onto Rahul, who deflected the ball onto the head, I think, of, is that Khalid?
I wasn't sure it was Kaleem or even Ali Raza, so we'll have to wait and see who that was. Packed crowd here this afternoon. They've gone a little quiet. Gentlemen, you recognise there, Cedric?
As Mr. KPS Gill, the president of the federation, he has done wonders for hockey in our country. Ever since he's taken over the federation, India has really leapt in the positive direction.
He's also just been elected to the FIH committee. Now, Ramandeep. Now, India were just beginning to find some touches in the second half. Mohamed Ali, though, breaks it up for Pakistan. He's got Dilip Turkey with him. Oh, nasty cross in for Pargat, and Ashraf Kamran was coming in. Kamran Ashraf was charging in there like an express train.
It's a rising ball into the circle from Ali, but I think Pargat was in a good enough position to block that ball if it came along the ground also.
Just like to see Sanjeev Kumar and Gavin Ferreira combining down the left a little. That's when India looked at their best in the first half, and those two were working a little magic. But this is Mohamed Ali, and I must say, Cedric, he looks a good player. Have you seen much of him?
Well, we saw him in Atlanta in the Six Nations. And he had a great tournament there also, because he was the first goal he scored against India.
Danraj battling forward. Danish Kaleem concedes the hit. Now, not too quick, Sanjeev. Wait for players to come forward. Played. Gavin Ferreira. To the cross ball. Danraj with the hits. Punched over. Soccer style. I think that was just touched by Mansoor.
I think the referee blew in the whistle before, because no, he sliced the ball over the net anyway. It was a good attempt, good opportunistic skills by Danraj.
Was Mohamed Ali in the Atlanta squad for the Olympics? I know you say he played in the Atlanta warm-up. I wasn't sure whether you could remember.
I'm not too certain about that.
I don't think he was. Mukesh Kumar. Well, India having their chances coming forward now, but well ringed out by the Pakistanis, and they break forward through Rahim Khan, who's rapidly getting into everything. This is Baba Abdullah. This is dangerous for India, but good covering by Mohamed Riaz. Straight back to Pakistan. They've got time here. Well played and well covered by India.
Well, Dilip Turkey is one of the, in my opinion, one of the best backs in India today. A youngster who's come up beautifully in the last 2 years, and he's got the most safest pair of hands for tackling. And you see him today. He's playing against a young Pakistan team, and he will really play well. And exactly what happened just now was Dilip Turkey anticipated that ball. Otherwise, there were 3 Pakistani players and 2 defenders of the Indians.
Dilip Turkey, just 20 years old, plays for Indian Airlines. That's him now. Recognise him by the flapping number. Mohamed Ali being given time to get the cross in. Oh, dangerous to allow these players so much time to line up and get their crosses. Do feel that Ramandeep should close him down more quickly. And there's Rahim Khan finding him again. He's got another chance, and Pargat puts it out. It's the umpire he's given the long corner. Muhammad Ali again. Ryan Khan.
At any given time, you'll find when a cross is fired into the circle, you'll find that two Pakistani players right in front of the goalkeeper, just waiting for the deflection.
Just under 20 minutes remaining in this vital match for India and the vital match for Pakistan. The winner will go through to Sunday's final to meet Holland. It's 3-1 to Pakistan. Muhammad Ali, Danish Kaleem and Kamran Ashraf for Pakistan, and Anil Aldrin in the first half for India. Confirmation of that score on your screen. India just need to get a little bit of luck, because they're getting up to the D quite regularly. Here comes Pargat. I expect to see him pushing forward soon. With Riaz. Comes Ramandeep. Deep hammers it forward. India had never won this tournament. This Chapions Trophy, which current holders are Germany. Riaz.
India's playing the ball too much. Just play the ball, let the ball do the traveling, and play the ball in spaces. Be patient, you'll get your goals.
Oh, Muhammad Ali picked that ball up beautifully, that long hit forward. In fact, Pakistan might have been listening to Cedric D'Souza sitting on my right. They released that ball, the long ball forward.
But again, a great tackle by Turkey on a 2-1 situation. They Pargat backpedaling.
Pargat Singh, the Indian captain. He's got Harpreet outside him, picks him up. The goal now would really make the last 15 minutes of this game quite something. Harpreet, but the Pakistanis pushing him across the pitch. Gavin Ferreira picks it up for India.
I'd like to see Edward Rana coming into the pitch also now.
Oh, that was a good interception. I think it was Irfan Mahu who just got in, because
Rahul Singh was lurking behind beautifully, really beautifully.
Mukesh. One good thing coming out of this game so far, it seems to be Mukesh Kumar's renewed appetite for the match and his commitment. He's had really a very good game for India. Oh, that's a good move too, but well played, Pargat. Makes it exciting. Chance here for India. Oh! And they got the penalty corner, but they want the stroke.
Well, I think both have reason to feel left, upset about, because initially it was a kicks by Sanjeev, and then maybe Rahul's deflection, reverse hit did go off. It looked like the foot, but the umpire must have felt enough to stick.
Now this is the third injury to Pakistan inside the D, and it's not a good time for India, for Pakistan to slow it down now by having an injury. And quite rightly, umpire Steve Graham of Wales has come over, and he'll make sure that there's no deliberate faking going on. They've already put one player for it, and they're taking him off. So, Kevin Ferreira gives the thumbs up. Sanjeev's waiting there. Really, this is probably one of their last opportunities to get back into this game. It will make it 3-2, and it would fire them up for the last 10 minutes. Pargat's waiting for it. Out it comes, Ferreira. Pargat Singh. Oh! An absolutely superb strike from the Indian captain makes it 3-2.
Well, the blinder of a hit, John, absolute blinder. It comes flying into the board. Absolutely no chance for Mansoor in goal.
And I want you to look at this, Cedric, because I have said this to you earlier in the tournament, so I've missed the direct hit on goal. I know you're not in favour of it now, what have you, but look how beautifully this is struck. Right outside the keeper's pads.
Well, the man on the line is supposed to halt that ball, John, but it went off the stick into the goal.
I think it would have broken the stick when it hit it. Well played, Pargat. Now we have a game. How long have we got? 10 minutes remaining. Hold your breath. There we are, 11 minutes and 19 seconds. 3-2, but don't forget that a draw is not enough. A draw will put Germany through, although I'm sure to come back from 3-1 to 3-all will give India some satisfaction, but they're here to win this tournament. Pargat. Harpreet's outside him, bypassing Muhammad Khalid Jr. Baba Abdullah's there. Oh, that was very, very fortunate for Riaz. He got a lucky bounce there. Mukesh Kumar. Good play out of defence by Pakistan. Baba Abdullah. Oh, well intercepted by Pargat Singh. Not pleased about that. Don't waste time, Pargat. Get back. Well played.
I get the impression that Pakistan is slightly tiring out now.
Oh, Danraj is in a good position. Can he get through? He is through. And, well, if he'd gone down, I don't know what the umpire would have given. He was credit he didn't go down.
He was too close to the infringement if he to give a foul. There's no foul.
It's the next game as an umpire now. Would you like that job? I bet you wouldn't. Nobody wants to be an umpire or a referee. Wow. Ral Singh, India fighting back, 3-2 down. Pakistan had a real throttle grip on this game, but India have just given themselves an opportunity now as Mohammad Riaz releases Harpreet. In comes the cross. Players waiting, but they're all Pakistan players. Ramandeep looking for the deflection. Look at that ball, says the umpire from Wales. Mr. Steve Bear, I beg his pardon.
Well, it looks like Pakistan showing a little bit of inexperience at the back at the moment, and just backpedaling and allowing India to settle down.
Pargat gets a hit off Kamran Ashraf. And we reckon that including the injury time so far, there's about 13 minutes left for India to claw back into this game. Mohammad Riaz comes forward. Oh, good ball outside. The Harpreet can't quite control it, and I think Irfan Mahbub will pick that up. But it's a long corner. Mukesh Kumar to hit it. Mukesh playing it with Mohammad Riaz. In comes the shot. It's taken care of by Mohammad Khalid very coolly and calmly. And he gets it up to Kamran Ashraf. Give it Turkey.
That's the plus point of playing Turkey in the lineup, because he comes right up. He's so young, he's fit. He'll come right up and try and tackle Kamran Ashraf. He'll come right up into the 50-yard line.
Corner of Irfan stick. Mukesh Kumar takes it to Mohammad Riaz. They'll be whacking this ball into the D as much as possible, I feel, looking for a deflection, but it seems to me that the Indians have allowed themselves to be pulled over rather here, and they haven't presented too many options to the hitter in the actual D. In comes Pargat. Oh, that's a dangerous shot. That's very dangerous. They're taking somebody's head off.
Really. But look at Pakistan. They're all 11 of them in defense, and there's not a single player in the other half. You've got 20 to 21 players excepting Balal in this 50-yard line.
Gavin Ferreira charging up, trying to take the hitter. It comes out as far as Mohammad Sawar on the pitch for Pakistan, their number 8, Allied Bank player. He's also a youngster, just 21 years old. Philip Turkey, another youngster. Plays it wide to Pargat. I do think that India have looked better since Philip Turkey came on, Cedric. There's a time remaining.
I agree with you, John.
Oh, good play by Danraj. Can he get the shot? Can he find the player? Well, I wonder if he's got a penalty corner, whether he would have been better to go for the direct shot there, Cedric.
Well, maybe he found that he was not in a position to hit that ball.
Let's have a look.
As there was
see the rest of it.
Irfan cutting him off Imran cutting him off. Irfan cutting him off on the right-hand side.
Well, after a disastrous tournament for penalty corners in terms of conversion, over 100 and not more than about 10 converted, India have scored from both their penalty corners in this game. I don't mean India have had 100 penalty corners. I mean amongst all the 6 teams in this tournament. Gavin Ferreira, Pargat Singh, will he try the same again? He does. It's blocked by Mansoor, well blocked. But they have a second chance if they can just get it back in. Pargat runs into Danish Kaleem. And Ramandeep runs into the back of Irfan, and I think umpire Graham will want to step in and just cool things down a little here. And Danraj feels that, well, it's been a good game so far, played in the right spirit between 2 tempestuous sides. Good umpiring by Peter Elders, the Dutch umpire. Get them away from the incident, and a yellow card goes to Ramandeep. Great
diving skill to respond to clear that ball, and here you see a bit of clash between Muhammad Ali and Hoydal, but Ramandeep was following up, went in and I think ran the stick into who's face for it. So difficult, it was so fast.
Last time, I didn't see who it was, but I did see the incident, and I certainly don't think it merited being poleaxed on the ground. He ran into the back of the player. Pakistan won't be too unhappy about slowing it down. They're leading 3-2 if you've just joined us. Live coverage on ESPN. Vital final qualifying match in the 18th Chapions Trophy. And they're getting him off the pitch, and my guess is only to be on quite quickly.
Because he is their main defender for the left half position. And without him there, there are going to be a lot of problems for the Pakistan defence.
So Pakistan will have the luxury of putting a substitute on. India won't. They're down to 10 men.
Well, what they brought is they brought a boy called Wasim inside, and he's Wasim Ahmed, and he's a youngster, absolute brand new, first cap. And in a match like this, is the first game he's playing for in the team. It must be really tense. It's I would reckon about 10 minutes to go, and
there he is on your screen, Wasim Ahmed, a newcomer, half-back. India really up against it with Ramandeep off the pitch.
But India at the moment have the upper hand, and I don't think it'll matter whether they lose by 3-2 or 4-2 or whatever it is, but they should push everything up front.
Good stick control from Kamran with Dilip Turkey in attendance, and interesting.
Well, if you put your body between the stick and between the other player and ball, then you're obstructing him, and that will be a foul.
I forget which coach it is who gave a impassioned speech recently about his regret that the old turning rule had been abandoned, but in fact it was like turning back the pages just then, seeing Peter Elders do the turning motion with his hand. But this is not what India want now, because as Mohammad Sawar pumps it across for Pakistan, India want the ball up the other end quickly. They're down to 10 men with Ramandeep off the pitch. Hardat scored an excellent second penalty corner goal for India. And Riaz. That's the time remaining, excluding injury time. And there's a fair bit of injury time. About 5 minutes of it. Thank you. Dhanraj Pillai.
In this match.
I wouldn't know what to say other than I admire your great faith and your passion. I wish I shared your optimism, I must say. I don't know. It might be a draw. But a draw will only give satisfaction to Germany, really, and possibly a slight satisfaction of India to claw themselves back. But they need 2 goals now in about 9 minutes. Danish Kaleem whacks it forward. That's a shrewd move, and Baral equally shrewdly keeps the ball in play. Now, what can Singh do? He finds Ferreira. That's an excellent ball in from Gavin Ferreira. Wasted, I'm afraid, Cedric.
That's a lovely ball, because Dhanraj, known for his diving deflections, I think didn't anticipate that ball. Absolute beautiful ball by Gavin. And if you look at the replay, you'll find that Dhanraj could have got that ball if he just thrown his body for it.
Right, now that clock possibly includes injury time there. I'm not quite sure what the initials DDI stand for. Yes, it does. I've just been told.
DDI stands for Doordarshan of India.
Thank you very much, Cedric.
You're welcome, John.
Yes, Pian, I couldn't tell you what that stands. None of us know what it stands for. Well, India come back now.
Well, yes.
Pitch. Dying seconds for India to stay in this 18th Kuber Men's Champions Trophy tournament. It's been a game full of excitement. I won't say it's been a game full of quality hockey. I'm sure Cedric wouldn't. There have been an awful lot of passes going astray, but as always when these two sides meet, there hasn't been a dull moment.
Well, they've got to give a long ball in front now, and that...
There it goes to Mukesh. Mukesh battling away. Well played, Mukesh. Works a bit of magic, but unfortunately... he concedes the hit. Usman concedes the hit. Mohammad Riaz will take it.
I think somebody's getting a card. I think it's a yellow. Oh, yes, it is.
That's right.
Rahim gets the yellow card.
Now, I don't have actually a yellow card count, to be honest with you. But if Rahim Khan's got a yellow card earlier in the tournament, then that could affect his chances if he goes into the final on Sunday. We'll just
Well, it depends on the FIH whether they find it too grave or not. You know, the technical delegate may may take it lightly, because this has happened in the Olympics and happened in the Chapions Trophy last year, because I was sure that one or two players were out and I went to the TD and they said no, this is only depending on the TD if it is a grave offence or not.
3-2 to Pakistan. Pargit pumps it forward. Danraj Pillai runs like crazy to get it. He's got Gavin Ferreira outside him. He chooses to go to run on it, but he's taken out by Ali Raza. And bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, that even a draw will not take India or Pakistan through. It goes off Muhammad Ali's foot. We make it about 14, 13, 12 seconds to the hooter. Dying seconds. Pargit pumps it in. Comes out to Ramandeep. Ramandeep bangs it in. Oh, and that was a nasty deflection onto Ali Raza's face. And umpire Elders signalling time. And there's no doubt at all that that was a very nasty blow. Pakistan are really in the wars in this half.
Well, he's really badly injured, you know. And John, you know, when I was talking to you right through this tournament about dangerous play, this is exactly what it is. Any rising ball that comes off will be pulled up. Any rising ball.
Well, in fairness, I think it came up off a Pakistani stick.
No, it went flying. It went flying onto Danraj's stick, who deflected onto the Pakistani stick. Oh, face. It looked like because the Pakistani player ran so fast across the line of the ball that it looked like it deflected off him. But he's badly injured. I think he's got a bad cut and
over the eye.
And when you're so tired, you know, towards the end of the whole thing, you just.
It's the new fullback Ali Raza who got the whack. Hope he's okay. The ball really does hurt. So really only 2 or 3 seconds remaining of time for India just to snatch a draw, but even the draw won't put them through. They fought a very gallant tournament, but they've really, I have to say, been outplayed today in the end by a super Pakistani side. They are not as in as good form as they were yesterday. There's the hooter. Pakistan 3, India 2 is the final score. A bitterly disappointed Cedric D'Souza on my right. Perhaps it's easier for me to say that I feel on the run of play Pakistan deserved to win today. Terribly disappointing end of the tournament for India. They've played their hearts out, the boys, but also signs as they look at a really beaten and battle-scarred face there for Pakistan. So they go through to the final on Sunday against Holland. Let's just say straight away the game's been played in the very best of spirit as Danish Kaleem comes forward, the scorer, and we'll find out who the man of the match is for you. Cedric?
Well, John, it's one of those things when India had everything, going for them, and they had so much of ascendancy in the second half. They pumped so many balls into the 25-yard line, but they got to get that ball in the net, just not having enough drive at goal.
Well, there you are. We're going to come back for a more comprehensive summary. I'm sitting next